Hey guys, it's Jess from Pizza Books, and today we're with my most anticipated releases of 2019 that have been announced. So there's not a lot past, there's a couple in June. My list is right there, I'm looking at it. But most of them are not past the halfway mark of the year because not a lot has been announced yet, especially from indie authors. They normally announce like a few months in advance. But I have a bunch of ones I want to show you that I'm really excited for, and they're all romance, pretty much. And I'll share them. The first one is Kill Switch by Penelope Douglas. This is coming out February 11th. This is book 3 in the Corrupt series. If you know me, I'm obsessed with Penelope Douglas. Everything she writes I have to read. This was supposed to come out in like November of last year. It never did, and so I'm very excited for this to come out. And I need it because it's Damon's story, and Damon is like the super epitome of a bad boy, and I can't wait to see what she does with his character. I do want to add in Motel by Penelope Douglas is coming out sometime this year. It was also supposed to come out last year. She had a rough writing year last year. She only came out with Birthday Girl in April, I believe. It came out right after I met her at Polycon. I remember that day she announced Birthday Girl. So she only had one book last year, so I'm hoping for 2 from her. We'll see. Next, you guys aren't surprised, it's another one of my favorite authors. That is The Risk by Elle Kennedy. This one comes out on February 18th, and this one is the coach's daughter from first book. Her name's like Bree or something. I don't remember what her name is. The synopsis is not showing up on Goodreads. She falls for someone on a different hockey team, I believe. So a lot of people, I guess, were really mad that she wasn't going to end up with someone else on the actual Briar hockey team, and people were being mean about it, and I'm like, calm down, people. Let her write what she wants to write. If you force her to write something she doesn't want to, it's not going to be a good book. So I'm very excited. I love this world. I love this series. I love the off-campus series and the fact that we have a new series. I cannot wait for this. It's going to be really good. I love a good coach story too, like the daughter of the coach. I love it. The next one is by one of my new favorite authors, and that is The Bride Test by Helen Huang. This is probably one of my most anticipated of the year, and this one's about a guy named Kai who has autism. He never feels like he's fit in. He doesn't feel emotions the same way other people do. His family doesn't understand him, and then there's this girl, I think, who is from a poor part of an Asian country. I don't remember what it is. I think it was like Ho Chi Minh or something. So she's living in the slums of Ho Chi Minh City. The opportunity arises for her to go to America and be set up to marry someone, and I believe it's gonna be Kai. So it sounds so good, along the same lines of the Kiss Quotient, and I'm very excited. The next one is probably on every romance contemporary lover's list, and that is 99% Mine by Sally Thorne. I know ARCs are floating out there, so people have already read it. This comes out January 29th, and this is about a woman named Darcy who has always been in love with this guy, but he's her twin brother's best friend, and I guess her grandmother passes away and she had a cottage, and her only instructions were you have to fix my cottage up to like sell it or something, so her and her brother had to fix it, and I guess this guy, best friend, comes along. I don't know, I don't like knowing too many things about books that I'm really excited for, so it sounds really good. I've heard some good things. I haven't heard a lot yet though, but I'm excited. It's been so long since we have a new book from Sally Thorne. We've only had The Hating Game. I think that's her only book. I don't know, but it's been years since that came out, so I'm excited. The next book I have to share is Overnight Sensation by Serena Bowen. This comes out January 22nd. This is Brooklyn Bruisers number 5, but it's the second one she has indie published. The first 3 were published through Berkeley, and then she's publishing them herself. These are hockey romances. They're amazing. Casher's always been such a fun character. I don't want to know too much about what this book is about. I like going to them not knowing, not having expectations. I'm just very, very excited. They're such good hockey romances. I loved Nate's story in the previous book, so I cannot wait to get to this one. Next, I actually have an arc of, and I'm probably going to read it now, and that is Fumbled by Alexa Martin. This comes out April 23rd, but I have a copy, so I'm going to read it this month, and this is a second chance romance. It's about a woman who had a high school sweetheart, and then something happened, they broke up, and then she somehow became a teenage mom. So I don't know if it's like his or not. He is now a pro football player. I guess their lives cross paths again, and he's determined to try again, and so it sounds really good. I loved Alexa Martin's first book, Intercepted, so hopefully I enjoy this. I love a good football romance. The next book I have to share is Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey. This is about a woman whose family is like the best fixer-upper family. They fix houses, and she has decided to be a party planner instead of going to the family business, and they're like, what? And so she's out to revamp her life, and I guess this guy was the golden boy of baseball, and then he got injured, so he's back home and he is fixing houses now, and it's their romance. This cover's gorgeous. This sounds amazing. It's a romantic comedy. I cannot wait to read it. The next book is When We Left Cuba by Chanel Clayton, and this comes out on April 9th. And this one is about Beatrice, so this is the second book. I think they were being marketed as standalones though, but the first book was all about Marisol, I believe, and it followed Marisol's granddaughter going to spread her grandmother's ashes in Cuba after she passed away, and we get flashbacks of her grandmother and when she was leaving Cuba. This one is the grandmother's sister story, and she was definitely a character then and now. She's still alive in the present of the first book, so I'm excited to see her story and see what she did in Cuba and what her life is like now. The next one is What He Never Knew by Candy Steiner, which comes out February 23rd. This one I cannot say anything about, but it is about the guy from her duet that was not picked. In the duet, it was about this woman who is a teacher and she is really struggling in her marriage, and then an old flame comes back who she was like in love with when she was younger, but nothing ever happened, and he is like, it's our time now, and she's like, well, I don't know if I can stay with my husband because he just like, the relationship is not the same for certain reasons, and so it's between her husband and this new guy who she has a past with. This book is about who she didn't choose, and it's a forbidden romance, and I'm super excited for more angst from her because I love Candy's book so much, so I'm excited for this one. The next one is Shatter Me and Defy Me. Shatter Me is the novella, and it is 4.5 in the Shatter Me series, and Shatter Me comes out March 5th, I believe, and then the other one comes out April 2nd. I could have those dates switched around, I don't remember, but one comes out in March, one comes out in April. This follows Kenji, who's probably my favorite character, aside from Warner, in the Shatter Me series, and after that ending, I have to know what happens next. So it's been a long wait until April, even though I just finished the series in like October. I'm like, can I have the next book please? I haven't been waiting as long as everybody else, but I need it. And so crazy things happen. The series all revolves around Juliet, who can't touch people because it's lethal and kills them. And yeah, it's really, really good, and I cannot wait for this book and then the new book, which doesn't have a cover yet, but I'm excited. And those are my most anticipated books so far. I do have some others that authors recently revealed that are not coming out, like Gianna Darling has a new series, Jessica Hawkins has a new series they've announced, but they're not, there's no cover, there's like tentative dates, so yeah, I'm really excited though. There's lots of new books that are going to come out in 2019 that I'm very excited for. Let me know down below what you're most excited for. I would love to hear. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye.